Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of American Truck Simulator. This time we are looking at the Freightliner Cascadia. Really awesome looking mod. I think this may be my favorite truck so far. The V&L was my favorite up until I loaded this baby in. This is a really nice mod. It's got a lot of add-ons around the truck. A lot of different paint jobs that you can put on it, a lot of different customizations as far as the front lights. Now the main grille doesn't have a lot of lights that you can put on it, but it does have the running lights down the side and the running lights down the front bottom part of the air dam on the front bumper. Lots of things on the inside that you can add too. I've already picked up our load. Let's go ahead and jump in game so I can show you some of the things with this mod. Now there is an extended dash mod that goes with this. It gives you a better dash. I think I've got the chrome bezels on there, but I'm not really sure. You can add there in the cup holder different selections of drinks, from Fanta to Coke. I put Pepsi and Sprite in there for right now. Magazines, you can pick all kinds of different magazines. I threw Playboys. It's a truck. Carpet. For your feet on the other side, you can choose what you want there. There's different selections for the duffel bag in the middle, and then I have to spin around to see this one here. I got some Budweiser bottles there in the back here where I've been drinking, not driving, drinking and driving. That was from last night. So several things that you can pick on the inside there. Left-hand corner of the dash, I've got a GPS computer. There's 4 different things that you can choose there for your GPS location, or in the center screen next to the Kleenex box. Again, and that Kleenex box has several different things that you can choose there. And the normal GPS would go right next to it if you don't choose the computer. Several things that you can hang from where the mirror would be, fuzzy dice, all the way to I've got the Terminator head. There's a lot of things to choose from, and it sounds pretty good. A lot of different engine and transmissions available for this mod. Of course, I'm running the biggest thing. It's Detroit 600, I think, and of course the Eaton 18-speed transmission, Eaton Fuller. We're gonna look outside. I went ahead and picked up this digger, and we are going to be taking that to coastal mining, and I can't remember exactly where that needs to go, but nonetheless we are going to check out this mod, and just driving it down here, I was very impressed with it. It drives very smooth, just like the Volvo V&L. It kind of sounds like it a little bit. When I first started driving it, I was thinking, damn, this sounds just like the Volvo. And I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's the engine. I can't even remember what engine I had in the Volvo. This drop-off point, I think, is MHA map. This is not a standard drop-off pickup point, which is pretty cool. It took me a little minute to find it because the trailer was down and around the other side. And let's see. We need to go to the right. And is this heavy? Or I just didn't have it in gear. It must have fell out of gear. And of course, I got a lot of fucking power, so I'm probably gonna be skipping some gears along the way. But yeah, so far, very impressed. Very impressed with this mod, or this truck. I may even pull it over to. I want to go high gears. The main profile. I would like to actually drive this over the Kenworth. I don't know. The Kenworth has grown on me. When I first drove it, I didn't like it. I was like, man, this thing's loud. It's just the long nose on it. It just doesn't feel great. But as I've been driving it in the other series, I'm getting used to it, and it's just a really cool fucking truck. Let's see. We want to go. Oh, I'm gonna have to coast through this shit. There we go. Anyways, so Freightliners are actually made not very far from me, up in Cleveland, North Carolina. There's a big Freightliner plant just north of me, and I actually had a job there at one point. I just didn't show up. I was hired. I wasn't fired. but I was hired for a job up there. I was working for the glass company in Charlotte, and I'd been working for the glass company for about 2 years. I wanted something that, at the time, I wanted something that would pay a little bit more. Let's go ahead and go 8, and we'll go 8 low. I wanted something that paid more than what I was making at the time. Hindsight 2020, and I'll try to get back to that if I remember what I was going to be saying about the glass company. But anyways, and I wanted something closer to home, because at the time it would have been like 10 minutes down the road, and I wouldn't have had to drive all the way to fucking Charlotte every day for my job. So anyways, I went up there, or I put my application in. They called me for the testing process. Went up there, took the test, passed it with no problem. They called me like the next week. They said, you passed the test, we're hiring you. You already have a, oh god, I hit something. Already had a start date and everything. So I was like, why is he slowing down? Did I scare him? So I had a start date and everything. But the more I thought about it, I was like, man, that plant, that facility lays off all the time. They'll hire a shitload of people, and then they'll lay off a shitload of people like a year or two later, and then they'll hire them all back, and then they'll lay off, and then they'll hire, and I mean, a lot of the people that I work with now came from Freightliner and didn't get called back. So it's, seniority, the longer you can make it in that company, obviously, the better chance you'll have of surviving the layoffs. But most people don't survive the layoffs, because when they lay off, it's like 500 to 600, 700 people get laid off from that factory. And then they'll call like half of those back and then hire new people, which is stupid. I don't think it's union, so I think they can, hire whatever, before they call the other people back. But anyway, so I had a job there, had a starting date, and then I thought about it. I'm like, man, those fuckers are notorious for laying off, especially around the holidays. And this was like, I think it was just before Christmas. And so I thought about it. I'm like, I don't want to risk that. I've got, two little boys. I just moved down. Oh, I forgot. I'm going to get screwed up on this. I'm not going to be able to start on this hill. This always gets me. If I can just stay on the gas a little bit. But yeah, I had, pretty much a new family I was trying to take care of. And I wanted to do right by them. I wanted to make sure that I had a good, stable job. With good income, of course, and of course, health benefits. That's kind of why I was looking at Freightliner. I was like, well, they got good health benefits. It pays really fucking good. I mean, think most of the jobs up there start like 16, 17 bucks an hour. Really good fucking pay. But the downside was they laid off a lot, so that scared me. So I'm thinking, I don't want to take this risk. I'm a young guy. I've got a young family. This is not a risk that I'm willing to take for my family. So I turned it down. I don't even think I ever called him, which was like really shitty of me. But I didn't call him and tell him I wasn't coming. I just didn't show up. So anyways, I think that was one of the few times they didn't lay off like right at Christmas, but it was like 2 months later, 3 months later, they fucking laid off, and they laid off big, like 700 or 800 fucking people. Like half the plant got laid off at the time, and I was like, man, did I dodge a fucking bullet? So yeah, I was really, really lucky on that. It would have been a great job as far as money goes, but always got to weigh out everything. And it's a good thing I knew the background of that company and the way they operated. So but yeah, definitely dodged a bullet. I've been working in factories my whole life, so I mean, getting into another factory was pretty fucking easy, just because I've got so much factory experience. So it wouldn't have been that big of a deal to transition into another factory job. But anyways, at the time, like I said, I was working the glass company, and that's kind of make my way back around to that. Hindsight's 2020. I only lasted a couple more years at the glass company, so I ended up like 3 years working for the glass company. I ended up quitting and then coming back up closer to where I'm at now. Again, for something closer to home, better pay, better insurance. The same reasons everybody leaves leaves most jobs, unless they get fired or just the place fucking sucks. So anyways, I came back up this way, but if I had stayed where I was, the job, the glass company, I would have about 12 years experience in glass right now, and I'd probably be making, I think the guy that I trained, he come in a year behind me. He's still working for that company. Oh God, even in 2 it's, okay, I was going to say it wasn't going to take off, but I think I was clutching it too much. I think he's over $35 an hour now. Last time I talked to him, and that was several years ago. I'm going to unplug my controller here. Yeah, and that was several years ago. He was like $33 an hour. And I was like, God damn it. I trained him. I trained that guy. So that means I would be making, well, like a lot more than he's making. Because I had already had a year in when I think a year and a half when I trained him. And I was making like 16 an hour at the time. So I mean, I was making good money for just starting out. Young guy starting out with a job with no experience. But at that time, I had about a year and a half experience. So I was, I knew enough where I could train, in other words. So, yeah, I look back now and I was like, man, if I would have just stayed in that job, I would have, I would be making like serious fucking money right now. Would I be happy? I don't know. Probably not. I like money. I wish I had more of it. The job that I work right now is factory, and I make good money. Not what I think I deserve, or what I want to fucking make. I ain't gonna be no fucking millionaire. I know that. That's for damn sure. But I mean, it pays the bills, and I've got some money to play with on the outside. So, I guess I'm living okay. I'm living good. But when I got back into the glass with another glass company several years later, and I worked for them for about 3 years, and I made good money. And then I got away from them. A bunch of shit happened. I'm not going to get into all that. But I ended up leaving them and then getting back into factory work again. So I liked the second glass job better than I liked the first glass job. The first glass job that I had, I started off doing commercial work. And we did one of the big malls down near Charlotte. All the glass work in there, and that lasted about 6 or 8 months. Lot bigger pieces of glass, a lot heavier pieces of glass, a lot harder on your body. I liked it, but it just wasn't. I could, at that point I was like, I don't want to keep fucking doing this. This is gonna end up fucking hurting me, or I'm gonna end up getting fucking hurt. But luckily, one of the guys on the residential side had quit, and that opened up a slot on the residential side for putting in smaller pieces of glass, like for houses and residential, homes, stuff like that, and doing custom mirrors and custom showers. So I was like, man, now that sounds okay. So I told the people there that I wanted to try to do that. So they put me with one of the other guys that was temporarily filling in that slot, and he trained me. And then after about a month and a half, they just like kicked me loose on my own. They're like, there, figure it out. I'm like, okay. I really enjoyed that part of it, doing like the heavy glass shower doors and all the the custom mirror work. I measured a lot of my own jobs that I put in, and it was rewarding. Every job that I went to was different. Each custom shower was different. The mirror jobs were different, and that's what I like. I like things that change like that constantly challenge my mind, and I guess things like that just keeps the job from getting boring. Factory work is boring. It's very fucking boring, and I'm surprised. Well, not really. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised I've stayed here this long at this job, just because it's fucking boring as shit. But the job market just isn't great. I don't want to leave the job making what I make now. and trying to start over and taking a huge fucking money cut. The insurance is really good, and I love my 4 on 4 off. It's just an awesome damn schedule, and I don't want to give that up. I don't want to start over. I really don't. But there's a lot of things that I'm trying to take in consideration too, as far as retirement and further down the line where I'm going to be, how much money I'm going to be making, and and things along that those lines. That's coming up. That I'm not like retirement's coming up. Things that I'm trying to think about now before I get trapped, and I can't definitely fucking do anything at all. I can't jump jobs because like I said, I'm getting older. Nobody's gonna fucking hire me. But I don't really want to retire where I'm at right now. Just for the simple fact is, from what I've been told, I'm not going to be making much more money than I'm making right now within the next couple of years. They have a cap on the pay, and I'm going to reach it. And I'm going to reach it within the next couple of years, and that's depressing because that means if I stay there for the next 25 fucking years, I'm going to start actually losing money or giving money back that I've made the past 11 years that I've been there. Working my way up the chain, because obviously if they don't pay me more money, and gas goes up and living expenses go up and everything like that, then I'm actually losing money by staying there. Even though I'm making good money, it won't be good. I'll be actually making less. So if that makes sense. So I'm trying to think about stuff like that. Future wise, do I want to try to do something within the next year or two and get the hell out of factory work, find something different that has a better end result than where I'm at now? I mean, I've got 401 and stuff like that. They've got a good retirement package. It's rough. It's hard to... The job market's just not as good as it used to be. Back when I was, in my 20s, I jumped jobs every 2 years. No big deal. Even when I had kids, I was like, yeah, I can do this, just because the job market supported that. Now I don't feel that confidence that I had in the job market, when I was younger. It's changed a lot, and I don't feel it's a smart decision to try to tackle a job change at 40 fucking years old in this economy. So I don't know, just some things that are on my mind all the time. I really don't want to retire in a factory, or this particular factory, just because it's going to cripple me. It's not going to give me the retirement that I would like to have. So anyways, I don't know, I just kind of got a little sidetracked there. I'm not sure that's exactly the topic I wanted to talk about during this trip, but I don't know, it killed a few hours. This was a long ride anyways. We've still got over 3 hours left, and if nothing truly exciting happens, I'll cut some out. No, I wouldn't do that to you. I'll think of something to talk about here in just a minute, as soon as I figure out where I am going. Left turn here, and I think we're in Nevada now. I know we went to Nevada and we're heading toward Ely. Was it Ely? I don't remember now. No, I don't think it was quite that far over. But anyways, yeah, we're still, what's that say, 3 hours out? Yeah. Yeah, and it didn't tell us down there either. Carson City, coastal mining. Yeah. Don't have it down there, so I can't remember. I can't remember where this is going. Truck drives good. I really like this truck. Do I add it over onto the main profile or not? I don't know. I like the different options. It drives really good. It kind of drives like the Peterbilt. That's what it kind of feels like to me, as far as where I'm sitting at in the truck and how it feels on the road. And of course, you guys know, if you've been following the series, that was, the I was dead set on the Peterbilt from the time I started. That was the truck I was going to get. That was the truck I was going to fucking drive, and that's what happened. I bought that truck, and that's the one that I ended up with for quite a while. And now one of the other drivers is driving it. And then I got the Kenworth, and that's what I've been driving since. This would be a really nice addition to my fleet that I've got going on of my 4 trucks right now. So I don't know if I'll add it or not, but I really like this. I get scared with mods. I always have. Even with fucking Minecraft, mods fucking scare me, and I don't like running them because they don't update. They don't get supported. We get left in the fucking dark. The game updates, and then we're screwed. I'm trying to keep my throat moist, and I've done a lot of videos tonight, a lot of trucking videos, and my throat's pretty damn sore from talking. But yeah, I'm really leery of fucking mods now, just because eventually the game's going to update, and you're relying on somebody else to have enough ambition to want to keep that particular mod going. And I've been burnt so many times in the past on Minecraft on certain mods that I got used to, and I just almost needed, to have, or what I thought I needed them at the time. There are some that make making videos and a content creator like myself makes things a lot easier, world edit and stuff like that, if they ever took that away, it's going to make things very, very difficult. But I think I need a screenshot. That was random as hell. I want to get one before it gets too dark here. Alright, I got my screenshot. I'm good to go. So anyways, yeah, world edit and stuff like that, definitely going to have to, need to keep things moving forward. It just makes things a hell of a lot easier. And these types of games are no damn different. You get used to using certain trailers or using certain trucks or whatever your favorite mod is. When the game updates, if the developer that made that mod just said, fuck it, I don't want to do it no more. It's very time consuming. I don't want to do it no more. Then you've lost a big part of what she was using. And I don't like that. It sucks. But I can understand it from a content creator side or a developer side, or something that you work on that takes a lot of fucking time to commit to, especially if you're not getting paid for it. The money always helps, but you got to make a living. People have to make a living. You can have a hobby and make a living as long as you're getting paid that hobby. If you're not, then it becomes just that. It's only going to be a hobby, and you're only going to do it whenever time allows you to do it. I think that was the mansion back there, the creepy mansion. I can't remember the name of it right now. So, yeah, if they're not making money supporting that mod, and they're trying to do it because that's what they love to do, and they want to continue doing that, then they'll stick with it, and the mod will keep moving forward. But other things, life doesn't work that way. Life always throws you curveballs. Things change, from day to day, from hour to hour. You never know what's going to be happening, and I experience that, just like anybody else. I try to make a plan, this is what I'm going to do, let's say with, my hobby, this YouTube. And I plan certain builds out, or I plan certain videos out, but something else comes up in real life that, is always going to come first. So, you're basically at the mercy of that too. But for the meantime, I like this mod, and I would like to continue using this mod. Oh man, did I downshift like a motherfucker. Oh, totally fucked that one up. So, I don't know. I'll continue using it I guess until the next update, which is probably, if I had to guess, maybe 4 weeks away. They teased some Arizona panoramas the other day, and they said something about a beta testing and then, releasing it. I don't know how long that shit takes. God, this is kind of dark, isn't it? But like I said, if I had to guess, I'm thinking, holy shitskis, that's not what I wanted to do. Straddling it works, but yeah, that'll be alright. This is probably going to go to the same place as all the other ones. Yeah, so anyways, I don't know if you guys will see me drive this truck again, is where I was going to go with that anyways. I would like to think I could, transfer this over to the main account. I'm just worried about doing so. So yeah, this is a very common drop point up here, and it's just in the right spot that it makes it difficult to turn the truck and get this trailer in here. But I'm gonna try it. Swing it up there wide, right towards that. All right, into that position. Let's go reverse. Actually, if I can, oops, wrong way. I always go the wrong fucking way when I start out. Do you guys do that too? Those of you that are still playing. This is one of those ones where you just gotta, at the last minute, just kind of drop it in the slot, I think. Oh, no, I just fucked that up. That trailer is gonna turn a lot quicker than I thought it was. All right, let's get this. Yeah, it turned a lot quicker than I anticipated that it would. I just got done driving the Fontaines that I like, and they don't fucking turn. They've got a split axle on the back, and of course, anytime you get a wider axle like that, even with these sleeper cabs and the trucks, they don't want to fucking turn. I'm not gonna get that in there. It's being a bitch. It's close, but it's not gonna take it, I'm sure. No, we need to get out just a little bit more here. Need to get it over just a little bit more. Alright, that should be close. Yeah, we should be able to swing this one in. I have to go full lock out here and get it where it wants to go over. I don't want to fucking, that front just don't want to swing over. Should be pretty fucking close. That fucker should ding for me. Ding for Jaggy. And you're gonna take it. I may have to put it in there and then kind of pull it back forward. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do that. Oh, cargo's now ready. It's gonna take it. I don't like it, but it's gonna take it. Actually, that wasn't too bad. It actually didn't look that bad. So we don't really care about any of that skill rank and all that kind of shit, because we are on the modded profile anyways with the level 427. But that is the Freightliner Cascadia, guys. Definitely go check this mod out. I highly recommend it. Very, very smooth. From what you've seen, I didn't have any problems driving this truck whatsoever. Like always, guys, I appreciate you watching. Remember, rate, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later.